All right, S&P's taking out this 85 and
I'm Stephen Kalayjian. I'm the Chief Market Strategist of Ticker Talker and co-founder. I've been trading for 36 years. I started on the floor of the American Stock Exchange, then went over to the New York Stock Exchange, and then went to the COMEX and then to the Board of Trade. Well, I have 5 key words that I tell anyone who's trading. I don't care if you're a novice trader or even if you're a top professional. Where I come from, it's very simple. It's got to be about consistency. Number one is consistency. I learned a great story about consistency from a guy who was trading in the gold pit. He was a clerk making $100 a week, and he just got married, and he was having a baby, and he knew that this was the only time in his life that he could go from being a clerk to going into the gold pit to actually become a trader in the gold pit on the COMEX. And as a clerk, he was making $100 a day, so $500 a week back then. And he then took the same philosophy into the gold pit. Goal was to make $100 a day. After 1 month, he would then bump it up to 200. So if he lost 100, he stopped. If he made 100, he stopped, no matter what time of the day it was. He took his trading cards, put it in his pocket, and that was the end of it. So when I started trading upstairs, and for an individual at the time, I decided to tighten it up a little bit. So I would try to make $100 a day every week, then bump it up, and then bump it up each and every week. So after the first week, 100, the second week, 200, the third week, 300, and continually moving forward. So to me, that's the most important thing as a trader. You don't want to make $100 on a Monday, $100 on a Tuesday, lose $500 on a Wednesday, lose $200 on a Thursday, and make $100 on a Friday. And overall, you're net in the red for the week. And if you continue to do that, you'll just eat up all your capital. The second word that I tell everyone that's super important is about discipline. So the greatest story I have about discipline is I had $3,000 to my name. The first trade I ever did was an option. I was on the floor of the American Stock Exchange, and there was a stock that was right behind me called American Can. And it was a Dow stock, and the stock was trading above 51 and change, I believe, something like that. And I bought an option. I think it was October, and I bought a Feb 50 call. So a call option is that you're hoping that by the time sometime between then and February, that the stock price would go higher, and the call option that I bought at 2 3/4 would be higher than what I purchased it at. The stock started tanking over the next couple weeks and then months, and I think it traded all the way down to $41 a share. And my $3,000 investment was actually worth pennies, because I kept on buying all the way down, utilizing the whole $3,000. And I would never forget, about a couple weeks before the option expired, standing on the floor, my head in my hands, and a guy patted me on the back and said, "Hey kid, go home, you can't turn the machines back on." A week before expiration, the stock, if I remember correctly, to my best recollection, went from 41 to like 54. And at 3:45 in the afternoon, right before the markets were going to close, my father walked over to me, who was a floor broker. He was a member, and he said to me, "Are you out?" And I said, "I'm out," because the stock was trading higher, and I sold all my options out for a pretty nice profit. He said to me, when I came on the floor of the exchange on Monday, I found a penny faced up. And I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "What did you learn from this?" I said, "Whenever you have a losing trade, you look for a penny faced up." And he said, "No, you never average down." So to me, that was, again, the fact that preservation of capital, I learned the hard way. I got very, very lucky. And you basically do not want to average down. When you're wrong, you're out, and you go back in, you can always make it back up again. And that was probably the greatest lesson I ever learned. My first trade, I learned about discipline. The third key word is confidence. That to me is like, wake up every single morning and you do this, and traded my own money for practically my whole life. You don't think about it. You just go in and you're confident based upon the skills and the tools that you have in front of you. And that's what I built Ticker Talker for. I built Ticker Talker, and I built all the technology here that's within Ticker Talker to give the novice traders, the retail traders, the most sophisticated traders, the proper tools within the platform that I created. The fourth word is patience. As you saw today, there are some lulls in the day, and I'm very patient, waiting for the opportunity to address and wait patiently for those patterns to set up. And then the fifth key word is that you have to have the passion to do this every single day. I'm 56 years old. I have more passion in me now than I did when I first started. There's nothing greater than, at the end of the day, talking to people and hearing, their comments and the trades that they did and how well they did. and more so how they're learning and how they're fully understanding everything that I designed in this room, and then on the Ticker-Tacker platform. So to me, these 5 key words are essential to be able to become a great trader.